What is up, multivariate gang? Today we are going to be talking about the vectors I hat, j hat, and k hat as cross products of each other. Put the little hats on there. Can't really put hats on in the text editor I use. There we go. All right. Now, what on earth did I just say? Well, we have our little vectors I hat, j hat, and k hat that run along our axes. Well, we know that I hat is perpendicular to j hat and is perpendicular to k hat, and we know that j hat is perpendicular to k hat because they run along their x, y, and z axes, and all of our axes are at 90-degree angles to each other, which is just how we've defined our coordinate system. All right. And from that means that we know that I cross j equals k. Okay, how do we know that? All right. So we know that I cross j. We know that its length would be the length of I, which is just 1, times the length of j, which is also just 1, times the sine of the angle between them, which is 90 degrees, which is just 1. Now, by the right hand rule, remember we put our index finger along the first one, put our middle finger along the second one, and we put our thumb straight up, and that tells us how our vector points. So we know that it points in one unit straight up, just like k hat. And remember, something with the same magnitude and the same direction as a vector is that same vector. So I cross j equals k. All right. Now, if we switch those, j cross I, we know that that equals, here, let's draw it in red, negative k hat. Draw those in red. Right, because we know that flipping it, we keep the same norm, but we just flip the direction. All right, now, back to blue. We can also infer that k cross I hat equals j hat, because the length is 1, and index finger, middle finger, thumb points this way, and j cross k hat equals I hat. Our length is 1, middle finger this way, no, index finger this way, middle finger this way. Wait, hold on. Yeah, middle finger this way, thumb goes this way. So what we did is we just moved it over 1 in a cycle, right? K went to the left, then K went to the middle. I went to the middle, then I went to the right. J went to the right, then J went to the middle. I don't really think there's any significance there. Just a little fun fact. And we can do the same thing over here. We can just bump everything over 1. K hat cross j hat equals negative I hat. And I hat cross k hat equals negative j hat. And we can also, of course, prove that index finger, middle finger in the thumb points this way. In the case of k cross j, and then index finger points this way. For these ones, it gets kind of hard to draw because the hand is always at a really weird angle. Okay. So yeah, that might just some fun math facts. That I, J, and K can all be expressed as cross products or negative cross products of each other. Cool. Short video. We'll be talking about another vector operation in the next next video for this section. Last video for this section, when we talk about the scalar triple product. And I will see you guys then.